Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball 21, episode number 6 of our Worst to First series. In terms of negotiations, the last two went successfully. We got our guys. I am done. These players are all going to be let go. Sad, it's a few too many on that list. If I had carried out the rest of the draft myself, I could have gotten a lot of guys who would have just taken whatever the slot was. So knowing that going forward, I might just finish out drafts myself because the depth that the draft can provide is so much better than the quality of players that we currently have down in the minor leagues. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look. Another week and a half through the schedule. We're 28 and 44 now, 3 games behind the Rangers for that last spot, and we're also just ahead of the Tigers, a little bit further ahead of the Blue Jays, then the Orioles are definitely last. So at least we're not last. In terms of the National League, the only team with a worse record than us is Miami. So we are 5th worst in all of baseball, which at least isn't the worst. Now, the next thing that I really wanted to do is I've got a lot of extra players in my minor league system now. Of course, I've only got 22 at AA and high A 22 also. So that's 6 slots that I could use from here and move people up. But ultimately, the main thing that I need to do is I need to shed a little bit of this surplus to requirements that we have, which is a good 20 to 30 players more than we need. The best thing is to take the worst of the worst, at least this is what I'm thinking, take the worst of the worst, package them together, and trade them for mediocre minor league talent. Mediocre minor league talent then can be packaged and upgraded as well, is kind of the long-term thought behind this. It's a slower process, but it's one way of certainly building depth. So we're going to kind of start with some sort of trade that we're able to do. Let's see, where is... I've forgotten where this screen was. We haven't done that since first or second episode. And there's your free agents. There we go, player trade. Speaking of, how are we looking in that department? We do still have a few guys out there, but most of them are definitely on the older side, mid-30s. Well, there's a left fielder, Andrew Poland. 2.5-star guy. That's not bad. Very much just a left fielder, though. But he can play. And he's from Centralia. Keep that in mind, that there's a free agent left fielder out there. I doubt that we might be able to sign him to minor league contract. Might as well, right? Give him that offer. And let's see, there's a potential younger player right there as well. So we'll see if we can pick those guys up. Arsendo, 2.5-star potential. Take these freebies that are out there. These guys are all good potential. And even if they're not as good as it says they are at 2.5 stars, right? You still add that depth. There's another. You still add that depth, right? If they're only 1.5-star potential, because our scouting accuracy is low on these guys. Even though it's low, you're able to sign these guys on. And only a few of them have high demands. And outside of Gustave, who wants the 1.7, he might not accept. The rest of them have no demands, so Even if we only sign a few, we sign a few. Okay, so player trade. Here we go. We are not looking at making any moves up here. But we are going to start with our prospects. Now, I don't think there was anybody in AAA that fits the bill. No, there's not. No surprise there. AA. There's a couple. And at 28 and 27. Okay, fine. Select another team first. I don't think it really matters who we're going up against. Maybe a National League team. Well, this would hurt an American League team more because we're trying to give them junk. So maybe... let's go for the Yankees. They have some money, that's good. We do not have the money. Okay, that's it for our AA roster. Now we start getting into a few throwaways down here. And I'm starting here because we're getting rid of the older players that have no potential. I think that's kind of the best way to go. Okay, I think 5 is the max that we can package. Yeah, we're not going to get any talent up here. So let's start with their AAA roster and see. We want some potential. We want potential, potentially. Like Josh Smith. Not a very good offer. Please add more to it. We're going to continue this. We like the deal. They don't. So, too much potential. Okay, fine. Especially for these older guys. What about if it was a reliever of some kind? Those guys aren't valued as much. Can't quite accept this. See, we're close. I think we could probably get a 2-star kind of guy, like a Josh Stowers, who's good at defense already. Not quite enough. How about... yeah, shortstop, but you're terrible at D. Alright, let's go ahead and check down here. We have... we'll try. Probably not going to happen. Yeah, you must be joking. I was joking. Ha ha ha. Joke's on you. Now there's some sort of option about... oh yeah, there you go, shop a player. But I'm shopping a package deal. That's a little bit different. About a mediocre catcher. About a reliever who's almost... so we're close. We're close on some of these offers. Okay, we have... I think we're going to find our guy here at some point. Do I need to drop to 1.5 stars? 1.5 stars is still an improvement on 5 guys with no potential. Here's a 1.5 star guy, but he's 25. Let's try to get a young one. Okay. Alright, he'll think about it. He'll let us know. In the meantime, let's move on to another team and another set of players. We'll try to do another one, and let's go with Houston. Try your AA first. I'm already down to the high A level. That's fine. Let's get rid of players that we don't need. But I gotta pick guys that weren't already in. Let's go to the regular A. I know none of these guys are in. Alright, Marte signed. Marcendo signed. Most of these guys all signed. The only one who didn't was Gustave, and that was completely understandable. He wanted money. I got the rest of these guys, so that's awesome. We're adding depth. We're getting stronger, and hopefully we can start trading away some of these guys. We'll see if these deals come through. One deal has been accepted. There you go. Orioles, what do they want? Jose Iglesias, 2.5 star, current 30-year-old shortstop for Marte, who I just signed. Right? No. That's the Marte I already have. That's Kendry Marte. Adam Hill. Yeah, I wouldn't mind him. And Joseph Rosa. So we're getting rid of one of our better potential players, an 18-year-old 3-star potential, for a guy who is 2.5 stars right now, but would be a definite upgrade. However, even though he's hitting 300, which would be a massive boost to us, we're playing the long game. And a 30-year-old shortstop who's decent versus an 18-year-old shortstop for the future who could be better. Yeah, no, I'll take the one who's better. So that's not a bad offer. That is definitely not a bad offer. And under normal circumstances, we'd be up for that. But no, I'm going to reject that because you're taking away something I don't want to give up. But here you go, the New York deal, 5 for 1. Barely fair. Okay, these guys are close. Okay, but we did get one, so there's a 5 for 1. But then I just went and picked up another 7 players, which means we have more trade bait to go back in and go for round 2. prospects update. Kalinic is now 7th. So he's moved up from 11th a year ago. Julio Rodriguez is now up to 32nd. Evan White on the list at 71st. I don't think he was on the list last year, or was he? So I think he was on the list, but he is playing in the major leagues now, just struggling there a bit. All right, on to the pitchers. Mick Abel. Okay, our new guy, we just added in. He's only had 2/3 of an inning in one outing so far. It was not a good 2/3 of an inning. Logan Gilbert, pitching in Double-A right now, 2.68 ERA this season. And Justice Sheffield, all on the list. A year ago we were 7th, now we are 3rd on the annual top system. So we're already seeing a significant increase from our position a year ago. And this is exactly what I'm targeting, what I'm aiming for. And I think we will be much better off even just a year from now at the current rate that we're going. But of course, these trade deals are hard to come by. I've made about 10 attempts now and only succeeded on one. Most teams don't want a bunch of junk players for a mediocre talent. But it'll work eventually, and even if I have to get down and dip even lower, I'll do it. I mean, whatever it takes to get these deals done. An upgrade is an upgrade. And when you have an abundance of players, instead of just releasing every one of them at the end of the season and not renewing, we might as well trade up and make use of it, especially with the abundance of players we have. One thing, though, that I have not done for a little while is check in, because we have made a couple deals. We're at 24 here, we're at 22, we're at 26. Okay, we're okay on that part. We did sign in a couple more guys that, like Poland. Poland's ready to come up big time. We need to put him much higher. Maybe into our Double-A roster. Puts them at 25. Where did those other guys go that I signed? They must have automatically kind of filled in. Gerber, Gilbert. Trying to see if there's any names that I recognize. I guess most of them were potential. Yeah, Herder. Oh no, these guys are our draft picks. Alright, well, back to work yet again, and we'll see. It's got to be getting closer. To making something work. I think I need to stop trying to aim so high and just look for deals that they'll say yes to automatically, even if they're not necessarily good deals. Otherwise, it could take a long time to make the deals happen. So let's go for more of a slam dunk type offer this time. And see if we can get that. I've been just going down the list. We're on to the Tigers. skip over Scott. Scott was just drafted. There you go, Rodriguez. Okay, let's see if I can find something a little more slam dunk-like. So this is what I've been getting, and then they've been coming back with a no. So let's see if we can get a definite yes. I mean, do I need to go to a one star kind of guy? Even that you need to think about, apparently. I mean, we're saying it's not fair. And okay. Well, we gotta do what we gotta do. Let's check your maybe high A roster. Maybe these are guys that you're less keen on. So Ramage is another one of those players that was just drafted. So we'll try this next group. Okay, up through Minch, and let's see. Say that I need to think about this thing. This might be enough. This is kind of what I'm getting with most of them. And then they're coming back with a no. Okay, we're up through the Martins now, and we'll try somebody else. Yeah, see, I can't seem to find a slam dunk of any kind. Let's see, we left off with the M's. Laws. Landis. Horn. Okay, Horn can't be in the deal. Hernandez. There we go. You'd be nice. Yeah, that's not even close. See, they say it might be enough for a 2-star guy. So you figure, why not? Let's try. And then it seems to never go. Okay, we're down through Chang. Oh, Harrison. Florence. Probably a not from that one, I would think. Alright, that used up the pool of half-star guys there, so push forward a little bit. Hello, first player of the week, Kyle Seager. Wow, okay. And Mitch Haniger ready to come off the DL. I'm still at just 3 outfielders right now, so we might want to send somebody like Dylan Moore down. Or just deal with D. Gordon and his nonsense and get him out. Well, he's hitting 309. Dylan Moore is hitting 170. I'm assuming that he's got the ability to be sent down. He does. Lots of mail this week. What do we have? Okay, Aaron Judge is hurt. Yep, we're not on the list. Trade proposal, Reggie Pruitt. 1.5 star guy for 2.5 star, 3 star. Potential no ways on all of the deals. That's been my problem. I can't seem to get the deals to go through. We've gotten just one. 11 for 22 with 2 homers and 7 RBI for Seager this last week. That really boosted him up. He's back up to a 280. And Justin Smoke, former Mariner. It's been a while though. And look at that, all the way up to 23rd. All right, so 36 and 49 now. We're past the halfway point on the season. Still plenty of season to go, but now just one game behind the Rangers. We've won 7 of our last 10, which is a streak we really haven't seen since the start of the season. Magic numbers are still very high, kind of across the board for everyone. So we've got a lot of season left to go. But a nice little streak here is certainly helping us. I think I'm going to push forward a couple more weeks off camera, try to work some deals, again, see if I can thin out our crap and bring back at least some mediocrity in return. So I'll keep working at that for the next couple of weeks on the calendar, next few weeks maybe. And then we'll be back for the next episode. And within that next episode, we'll also make our next reevaluation of the current roster, see if we need to move anyone up or down. The team seems to be playing a little bit better of late. Yeah, we're down to 3 guys on a cold streak. It was 5. D. Gordon's still on a cold streak, but of course he's on the bench. But Evan White and Alex Smith still on their cold streak. So a lot of things are going a little bit better for us, hitting wise, than previously at least. Kyle Lewis is doing well. Smith is still hanging in there. Kyle Seager now 2.5 games in wins above replacement. In terms of pitching, I have a couple guys that are struggling a bit, but nothing too bad. And even our starters, right? Our starters have cleaned it up quite a bit. Murphy's kind of settled into a higher ERA now. No surprise. I mean, he got his initial call-up magic. Graveman's improved from where he was by about half a run. Gonzalez, Kikuchi kind of hanging in there. Swanson, you'd like to do a little bit better than he's doing, but Graveman's still looking like the likely guy who's going to be out here in a little bit. And Swanson's still filling in for Taijuan Walker. Walker, I thought I didn't. Oh no, I did put Walker on the list. Yeah, Johan. Oh, interesting. Johan Ramirez has been moved from the starting lineup to And Eric Swanson's taken over. Interesting. I don't remember if I made... No, he's been here the whole season. Okay. Manager choice. I don't know. Maybe he was cold. Marco Gonzalez is hot right now. But the pitching staff is doing a bit better. Doing a bit better than the rest of the team. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, and bye for now.